This is me from 3 years ago, from when I just enrolled into engineering school. And I'm not gonna lie, my reason for choosing this degree was pretty generic at first. I heard engineering pays well and I'm pretty good at math and physics. Because of my soulless reasoning, in my first year I ended up skipping most lectures, zoning out when I did attend lectures, and I made very stupid mistakes. Fast forward to now, I have realized the true beauty of engineering, and I work in the engineering field as an intern. I make engineering projects on my own as if it's a hobby. I also teach engineering students how to make projects like this. And in my day offs, I shout at a camera in order to preach engineering advice to students like you who need it the most. Now, I only got to the point that I'm at right now because I stopped making the 3 mistakes that I'm about to tell you about in this video. Okay, so listen very, very carefully. Mistake number 1 is skipping lectures. Because in my first 4 months of university, I skipped pretty much every damn lecture. I attended like the first 2 weeks of lectures when it was syllabus week and orientation, but then after that it just fell off. And you know, I had the excuses that maybe you have if you skip lectures of like, oh, I could spend all of this time doing assignments. I could spend all of this time finishing my lab reports anyways. But the truth was I was making fucking bullshit excuses, because this is what you're paying for. You're paying what? Thousands of dollars in tuition for these classes, and you're not gonna do what's necessary for you to achieve the absolute maximum results in that class. Because bro, there are so many benefits that attending lectures gives you. Like, first of all, it actually builds your time management skills, something that you're gonna need as an engineer once you graduate. You're not gonna be able to show up late to work when you're an engineer. You're not gonna be able to call in sick every freaking day when you're an engineer. You need to build your time management skills. Second of all, you literally have a professor who studied engineering for 6-8 years. And you don't wanna show up to the lecture because you're just too lazy. That's not a good excuse, dude. Another reason is that you get connections. You actually see face-to-face other engineering students who are in your shoes, and you could build connections. Like, let me tell you a story from my second year of university, from my thermodynamics class, which had a 8 a.m. lecture. This class was like half empty every time that I came to this lecture in the morning. However, there was this one guy sitting at the front next to me. And he was a freaking nerd, honestly. I was like, yo, who is this guy? He's asking so many questions. He's like correcting the professor on all of his mistakes. And I actually got kind of curious, so I approached him after like a week of noticing him. And I was like, yo, dude, you're too smart for this class. I just started some small talk, right? And dude, that connection, that was so valuable because I ended up making group projects with him. I ended up making this cool ass electrical motor that nobody else made this orientation. Like, dude, had I been partnered up with somebody else in this electric motor project, I wouldn't have made such a cool motor like that. But because I did connect with this engineering student that was like actually passionate about engineering, I managed to build some really high quality projects in my other classes. So bro, if you fucking stay in your room all day and not attend your lectures, which is what you signed up for, then you're not gonna yield the maximum results in engineering school. You won't make connections. You won't learn from professional engineers. You won't build your time management skills. These are all things that are important for you as an engineer, a future engineer. Now, as a disclaimer, I just want to say that, of course, there's going to be that odd class where the professor is absolute fucking dog shit. Like, we all seen dog shit professors. And in those rare cases, yeah, sometimes it is reasonable to skip those lectures. And sometimes the benefits don't outweigh the time that you're spending on those lectures, okay? So, yeah, sure, keep that in mind. Mistake number 2 is having no direction. He who has a why can bear any how. So what is your why? And you better not say some bullshit like, oh, money, I want to make money. Shut the fuck up. Engineering is more than money. There are engineering students out there who do this just for the fun of it. And then here you are, being a greedy little goblin. Look at you, man. There's a million other ways to make money. And you chose engineering, and you're disrespecting the passionate engineering students like me. But if you're not one of those people who are greedy for money and you actually think engineering is cool, then you need to define specifically what you think is cool about engineering. I'm talking about defining which industry you would like to work in after graduating. Once you become an engineer, what kind of work do you want to do for the rest, pretty much the rest of your life? What kind of work do you want to help humanity with? because that's what engineering is. We all know that engineering is finding solutions to real world problems. So what kind of real world problem do you want to solve? What is it? Think really deeply about it. That's something I can't tell you, honestly. You have to just shut off all distractions, all of these, shut off your fucking phone, don't scroll on it, and then just sit there, stare at a fucking wall, honestly, and then think, what do you want to do for the rest of your life, pretty much, in engineering? Only then will you find your purpose. Maybe it's building life-changing medical devices, life-saving medical devices through the biomedical industry. Maybe it's building sustainable forms and renewable forms of energy that is going to save this world from climate change and save this world from global warming. Maybe your purpose is to develop engineering in the space industry so that we could protect this planet from planetary threats like asteroids, like fucking aliens if they exist. Maybe your purpose is to build heavy-duty machinery. Maybe your purpose is to build consumer products. Maybe your purpose is to build infrastructure, construction materials. There's so many fields that you could go into, so many industries, sub-industries, micro-industries that you could go into in engineering. And you're telling me that you don't know what you want to do yet? There's so much to choose from. I know that one of them is right for you. So you need to take the time, as I said, take the time to just think about it, because there is great benefit. Great benefit. One, you have a reason, you have a North Star to look to in those tough times when you're sleep deprived, when you're stressed, when you're gonna crash out. That North Star, that why to keep going is gonna keep you going. Now, mistake number 3 is doing the bare minimum, because you can free yourself from mistake 1 of skipping lectures. You can free yourself of mistake 2 of having no direction. But if you do the bare minimum, then you won't excel. Okay? So the way that you do more than the bare minimum is you do personal projects. Maybe you do design club projects. Maybe you double down on group projects from your courses. Maybe you take the leadership role in those group projects. Now let me tell you something, all right? There's this pyramid analogy that I came up with. And the baseline level of that pyramid is your experience in university. Now this includes the things that I listed before: design clubs, group projects, personal projects. And then once you have established this base of the pyramid, then you can move up it into industrial experience. And that industrial experience is first going to be internships, working as an engineering student in the engineering industry. And this is a major step up because you actually learn the fabrication processes, the design processes, the standards in the engineering industry when you, by definition, work in the engineering industry. And then once you have stepped up the pyramid to this point of internships, then at that point it is likely that you're going to get your dream career in engineering because you have the industrial experience. You have shown your passion through making personal projects, through joining design club projects, and you've shown the initiative to apply to all of these internships, and you showed the initiative to join these design clubs and to make your own projects during your free time. So this is the pyramid that I want you to keep in your mind. I want you to have this in your mindset of like, okay, in order to get to my dream career, I need to get the internship aligned with it. And in order to get the internship aligned with it, I need to build the baseline level of experience aligned with it. So there you go. That is my unfiltered advice that I need you to know as an early year engineering student. I don't want you to make the mistakes that I made. If you have agreed with what I've said throughout this video, then I think you are really suitable for my personal project program linked down below, where I teach you how to make personal projects on your own, those which will impress recruiters for internships, because I firsthand impress recruiters through making personal projects. I had no design club experience. I had no research with professors. I had no co-op program. I didn't join the co-op program at my university. I didn't really reach out on LinkedIn. I had no connections. I had so many limitations, but personal projects got me to the internship, and therefore I'm working towards my dream career right now. Okay, there's also a community inside with like-minded engineering students like us. So I really think that you're fit if you've made it this far into the video and you seeked my advice this far. I appreciate you for being here, and I'll see you next time.